Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, event organizers warned they cannot brand any event held in place of this year's cancelled Carnival as the Real Mass or Mass Dominique, as these names belong to the government of Dominica. Financial Secretary Denise Edwards anticipates government stimulus and infrastructure projects could lead to a better economy for Dominica in 2021. And police seek the public's help as they investigate the suspicious death of 30-year-old Tricia Wilshire. The details coming up.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Clarification from authorities on the cancellation of Carnival 2021. Andrea Louis explains.
On 2nd December 2020, Minister for Tourism Denise Charles had announced the cancellation of Dominica's Carnival celebrations for 2021. Charles had explained that due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, government felt it best to cancel mass gatherings to mitigate against the potential of spreading the virus in Dominica. According to a press release from the Discover Dominica Authority, during a meeting with Carnival stakeholders earlier this month, Festival and Events Manager of the Dominica Festivals Committee, Marvel Williams, explained what the cancellation of Carnival 2021 meant. Williams stated, open quote, Carnival 2021 is a calendar of events. It is a brand. It is a product which is owned by the government of Dominica, which means that the assets of Carnival, that is the names Dominica's Carnival, Mass Dominique, and the Real Mass, belong to the government of Dominica, close quote. Therefore, if government says Carnival is cancelled, then no event organizer should use the phrases Dominica's Carnival, the Real Mass, or Mass Dominique in the promotion of any event during the season in which Carnival would have taken place. On a similar note, event organizers are being reminded that all events must be approved by the Chief of Police and relevant health authorities prior to promoting and hosting the activity.
Dominicans are being warned not to let their guard down as it relates to COVID-19, even if the number of cases here continues to remain low. The number of confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the country rose to 11 on Sunday with the addition of 3 new imported cases.
I want to say to us in Dominica that we have to be a little bit more careful. I get the sense that we are letting our guards down in Dominica. That because we do not have a significant number of cases, active cases, we are of the view that COVID-19 is over. If we all follow the news, we recognize that the entire world, Caribbean and the entire world, is still grappling with this challenge. And anything can cause us to be in a situation like others are now. And I know that, the festive season is on and Carnival is coming on, even if we don't have Carnival on the streets. And there'll always be the temptation for us to have activities. We're not saying there's something wrong to have activities, but we have to ensure that those activities are conducted with respect to the protocols. Social distancing, the wearing of masks, hand sanitizing. Anything can happen, and we heard from the Financial Secretary earlier. The last thing Dominica or any country in the Caribbean needs now is to have a shutdown of its economy. it would create a problem for us that we'll never be able to recover from. And so let us be mindful of the implications. We cannot attempt to destroy our future for a one-night fete or a weekend fete. You know, we have been very respectful of the need for us to provide, opportunities for people to enjoy themselves and to be in a relaxed environment and so forth. But what we see happening in many quarters in the country is a cause for concern.
The Prime Minister's message to Dominicans is to adhere to the protocols and remain vigilant.
Let us not believe that because we moved to 11 cases as of tonight. There are 3 additional cases that were picked up, and these are imported cases. So we now have 11 active cases in our country. But that doesn't mean that we cannot go to 111, literally overnight. And it doesn't mean we can go to 211 literally overnight. We pray to God that doesn't happen, and we will do everything within our control and our authority and our responsibility not to let it happen. But if we let our guards down, we're going to have that situation. And, we have a job today, and we are getting assistance from the government, and private sector is employing us, and they have recalled many of us back to work. If we go and we have to close our ports, we have to go into curfew, we have to go into state of emergency, we're going to have a problem on our hands. So my dear brothers and sisters, let us be careful about this. Let us be mindful of this. Let us not be like the foolish virgins. Let us be wise in our actions.
The Prime Minister has said that he will be the first to volunteer for the vaccine as soon as it is available in Dominica. Vaccine hesitancy could keep significant numbers of Dominicans from taking the vaccine.
I know we all have different views about the vaccines, but let us be educated by the health professionals, by the experts in this, and let us all avail ourselves of these vaccines. We are working on a source, and the last time we spoke with Dr. Etienne, and I've said to you before that we're working through PAHO, where PAHO is providing us about 20% for the population, and we're working on some bilateral arrangements that will take us up to much more than that. We are working on a source with the AstraZeneca vaccine, which is approved by CAFA, and it is part of the COVAX PAHO arrangement. And we are confident that we can procure vaccines that would be able to supply the entire population of Dominica. So we keep our fingers crossed for this, and I'm hoping that in the next few days I'll be in a better position to give you a clearer update on this matter.
Law enforcement is calling on the public to assist in their investigations of what they are calling a suspicious death. The lifeless body of a 30-year-old young woman was found in her home at Stock Farm on the weekend. The police are calling it a suspicious death and are appealing to everyone or anyone with information regarding this incident to come forward. Tricia Wilshire of Castle Bruce was an employee of Perky's Pizza. There are unconfirmed reports indicating the young lady may have been a rape victim. Construction of an international airport is due to begin in the first quarter of 2021, and if all government's infrastructure projects roll out as planned, 2021 could be a much better year for the local economy. Financial Secretary Denise Edwards says already there is a gradual improvement in the economic situation due to government's health and stimulus measures.
We have been weathering, I would say, what has been a very long eye of a storm. We continue to roll out the public sector investment program. And during this current quarter, we expect to see the commencement of the works on the international airport. We also expect to see commencement of works on the East Coast Road, that's the road from Boadiam through Castle Bruce, the Kalinago territory, and into Hatton Garden. We also expect to see commencement of the digital transformation program. The project team is now in place, and so we expect that will also roll out during this current quarter. So as we see it, with no further shocks, 2021 appears to be very hopeful and very promising for us in Dominica once all of these major activities begin, as well as those that had already started. We have the hotels taking place, we have the hospitals, We have the agricultural program on. So all of these are activities, stimulating activities that we expect to continue to bring some jobs and to have people, employed. It's an opportunity as well for people who are probably in the tourism sector. I know many of them have basically moved from that sector into other sectors to gain employment. And so what we as a country have to do is to embrace these opportunities that are around us, and where we need to retool, and basically get engaged, because we expect to have much more economic activity this year than we had last year. Once this happens, 2021 should be a more positive view.
The newly inaugurated executive of the National Youth Council has been challenged to be more visible at the community level. Here is Andrea Louis with more.
The challenge from Member of Parliament for the Roseau South constituency, Shakira Lockhart-Hippolyte, who represented the Minister for Youth Affairs at the NYCD's inauguration ceremony over the weekend. Lockhart-Hippolyte says it is important for the council to reach young people all across the island and make them feel included in national youth matters.
I would like to appeal to you to reach out to the rural youth. The NYC, as a national organization advocating on behalf of all Dominican youth, needs to be more visible and active at the community level. You need to build a solid foundation. You need to let your vision be far-reaching, not just among yourselves, but to the youth needing support, those who feel that society has nothing much to offer.
The Roseau South MP applauded the executive for one of their new initiatives and encouraged them to do more to reach the youth of the country.
I am happy to note that the executive has begun work on Project Maybe, making aspiring young boys excel, which offers positive mentorship to young boys designed to redefine our young men. I appeal to you to go out and meet the youth on the block, build hope and a sense of belonging among those who feel hopeless. Let your activities as a new executive cut across all sectors in building and developing the youth to become independent and engage the youth with programs that will promote hard work and excellence.
Saturday's inauguration was held under the theme, Creating the Vision, Effecting the Change. Andrea Louis, Channel 5 News.
You are watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
Financial Secretary Denise Edwards says given the experience we had between April and June last year, the last thing the country needs right now is another shutdown. Edwards says while the new normal brought on by COVID-19 pandemic may lead to COVID fatigue, it's critical that as Dominicans we stay the course and maintain the prescribed health protocols.
I know we as a country, and I mean across the world, we've been tired of staying in, and we can no longer have the social activities that we had before, and we really wish we could jump up on Carnival Monday and Tuesday and have a real big Calypso show, you know, the big night and all of this. But we have to remember the implications of our actions at this time. And so I really urge all of us Dominicans to take the necessary precautions, to continue to follow the health protocols, because not following it and having just a little slip up, like we see what's happening in some of our sister countries, it could easily happen here if we're not very careful, if we do not continue to be vigilant, if we do not continue to follow the protocols. And so I see it not just as a health matter, it's more than just you getting COVID. I see this as jobs, I see this as a shutdown of our economy, I see this as another situation where a number of people, if we're not careful, a number of people could then go out to lose their jobs. The businesses, I must say, have been very sensitive to the situation of employees, and so overall we've seen that most businesses have kept on their employees. But everybody has to make that effort, because I do not know that they could take another shutdown and still keep the employees. So it's a national effort. We have to continue. We have to continue to grow, to build that sustainable economy that all of us will want to enjoy and have our children enjoy.
An investigation to be launched into the belief that Dominica is not a place for young, ambitious people. This is a top priority for the new executive of the National Youth Council of Dominica, NYCD, as it embarks on its 2-year tenure leading the institution. NYCD President Ashma McDougall says the investigation will reveal credible information on why some youth believe Dominica does not support the growth and development of young people.
And while many may hypothesize that that is true, the executive will deploy an investigation to understand the thoughts behind this concern. The approach we wish to take is to understand the challenges of youth across Dominica through empirical work to ensure real data can drive positive solutions. The challenges we face are real. They are serious and they are many. They will not be met easily or within the short span of our term, but they will be met.
The new NYCD executive has also highlighted the promotion and preservation of Dominica's culture among the youth as another important project.
We shall be committed to promoting the unique culture of Dominican people in such a way as to achieve a truly national cultural identity for the Dominican nation. It is important to understand how youth perceive our culture today, in contrast to the ideas or ideals of how older or previous generations perceived culture. We understand that culture evolves with time. However, when ideals are lost through time, the essence is somewhat wavered. We will be embarking on the revitalization of steel pan groups, cultural dance groups, cultural entertainment groups, and to encourage a dialogue on solutions targeted at the preservation of the Creole language, especially among youth, in an effort to address concerns around culture.
In its efforts to support youth development, the NYCD has already organized its first capacity building workshop for young people.
We have already set a goal to have a capacity building training session in March, and we're inviting youth organizations. This capacity building program will allow youth organizations to be exposed to grant writing. I think it's very important for us to be more financially secure and dependent and for more sustainable programs, and therefore this is the first capacity program we'll be embarking on. So we're advocating for funding for youth programs and projects, especially through development agency funding, for as well reduction of youth and unemployment, reduction in crime and violence of all sorts, but particularly among our young boys and men.
A number of CARICOM states hard hit by the latest travel advisory issued by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. The CDC has directed that all travel to 9 CARICOM countries be avoided. The countries are deemed to be level 4 destinations. The countries named are Barbados, the Bahamas, Belize, Guyana, Haiti, Jamaica, St. Lucia, Suriname, and Trinidad and Tobago. And in sports, it was a rough start and some easy wins for some of the teams in the Reno Construction and Kubuli Bear National Domino League over the weekend. League coordinator Delvin Esprit has details.
In Zone A, league champions Wake Up Stars from Portsmouth did not have any mercy for roadblock from Thibault, as they unblocked the road and destroyed them by 1,762 points in a one-sided match. Scores: Stars 3,029, roadblock 1,267. Newcomers to the league, Voxy from Benz defeated Hobby Tassi by 221 points in a very close match. Scores: Voxy 3,036, Hobby Tassi 2,815. One case got past Focus. Scores: one case 3,028, Focus 2,475. And Rockers 3,009, Morfire 2,659. In Zone B, Reynolds from St. Lucia never realized how difficult it is to be part of a national league in Dominica. In their first match against Babdad from Grand Four, they went down by 1,030 points. Scores: Babdad 3,006, Reynolds 1,976. In other matches, the Dangerous Public Enemies 3,016, Warner 2,266. Valiance destroyed Sting. Scores: Valiance 3,005, Sting 1,721. And Tremors got the better of Casgory in a very close match. Scores: Tremors 3,016, Casgory 2,744. And in Zone C, Goldenham have sent a very early warning to the team in their zone by hammering Bay Boys. Scores: Goldenham's 3,007, Bay Boys 2,102. And Taru Phoenix defeated Homeboys. Scores: Taru 3,025, Homeboys 2,651. Delvin Esprit reporting.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
We are strong, we are resilient, and we will get through this together. But these are stressful times, and it's important to also practice good self-care. It's normal to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or afraid, but there is hope. Reach out to someone, connect with your friends, stay in touch with your community, and know that you are not alone. We're in this together. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD, all for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, the headlines again. Event organizers warned they cannot brand any event held in place of this year's cancelled Carnival as the Real Mass or Mass Dominique, as these names belong to the government of Dominica. Financial Secretary Denise Edwards anticipates government stimulus and infrastructure projects could lead to a better economy for Dominica in 2021. And police seek the public's help as they investigate the suspicious death of 30-year-old Tricia Wilshire. You may access the news on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Join us tomorrow.